Okay, real quick, so this drain line had a bunch of stuff frozen inside it, so we're going to shut down this case, let it de-ice, and then we're going to replace it. So first up, find what circuit the case is, right here, C28, and we're going to go from there. Now that we're at the rack, what we're going to do is you're going to go to the controller, we're going to go to C28, the fish freezer right there, we're going to click OK on it. Okay, we're going to go over to service. Okay, you're going to go down to here to a suspend alarm generation. Okay, you're going to turn that on like I already have it, and you're going to put 9 minutes, because you don't want someone to be called out here at 2 in the morning. And from there, you're going to continue going down this list. Okay, you're going to look for refrigeration for the case. So C28, C28. I think I passed it. Looking right there, fish freezer, manual off. Okay, then from there, you're going to come over to your circuits. The actual thing, and you're going to shut down your circuit. So you're going to look, you're going to look, you're going to find C28 right here, close off the suction, close off the hot gas, close off the liquid line. You're going to shut down your case. From there, you're going to determine whether or not you want to shut off your evap. Ask your superior about it. So if you leave it on, that drain pan is going to get super hot. It's going to be like 180 degrees or something when you come in the next day. So if that whole thing's filled with ice, you might want to consider it for a day. But if you're going to leave it for like a week, definitely shut your evap off, because there's a fire hazard. But then again, listen to your boss, don't listen to me, do whatever. I don't care. So next up, we're going to see this damage that's here. You see there's a hole there. There's a hole there from the ice expanding. Okay, that is fallen out too. So what we're going to do in this heat tape is no good. So you see right there, that rust and everything. So basically everything on this part of the heat tape doesn't work no more because they're right there. So we're going to replace the whole heat tape. So what you got to do is you got to measure the entire length of the drain line, and we're going to replace the heat tape, and we're going to see where that runs. Okay, you can see it just follows it, runs through the wall right there. This is the new heat tape I just picked up from United. Right there, 120 volts. You got to see what voltage it is. Sometimes it works in the 208 of the coil. You got to follow it and see where it goes. So if we watch where it goes over here to this cooler next door, right? Comes out there, follow, and then it goes right into this plug right there. So that's going to go through and over there. So we're going to replace that whole thing. We're going to run it through just like that, and we're also going to replace those bits of drain line. Now it's up to you how you want to do it. So for instance, I have a long piece of pipe. I'm probably going to cut this out and put a coupling there and replace the rest of the pipe all the way down to there with a U-bend. Up here, I think I might just use silver solder refrigeration solder, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pour some water in it, run it through it, and make sure there's no other leaks, and then we're going to move on to leak tanks. Also, you got to make sure to get some Armaflex, because that Armaflex is what's going to hold in the heat. So if you don't Armaflex it, it's not going to hold in the heat of this heat tape, and it's going to ice up again. So most of that was not Armaflexed anymore. The Armaflex was old and rough. Also, get one size larger Armaflex. So if this is the 1 1/8", get an 1 1/4" Armaflex, so you can account for the size of the heat tape. Yeah, and I'm going to show you when that's done. Okay, so real quick, I repaired the drain line. So you can see I just used a little bit of 15 silver solder right there, and then I cut out that piece right there, put 2 couplings in, just silver soldered it, and then soldered that back on to there. Now, I could have used the plumbing solder, but I'm more comfortable with refrigeration braze. Now you can also just buy shock bites if you wanted. I just didn't have them on my truck. This is what I had, so this is what I used to get it done fast. Just get it done. So now what you want to do really quick, you want to take a cup of water or something, or a bucket of water, and you want to pour it down the drain, and you want to make sure there's no more leaks throughout that entire drain line before you start putting on the tape and insulating it up. So real quick, just want to show, so after I repaired everything, I tested with a cup of water, made sure there was no leaks, and now we put on that heater all the way down, right through that wall, and just double check, 120 volt frost guard. Use whatever your company says to use, or whatever it's rated for, and all that, everything. So come down from there, down to the drain, and put it back up, plug it back in over there. But the frost guard, put it through that hole with the plug that was on there, so I had to cut it off. You see, cut it right off. So what I'm going to use is, they sell these plugs at Home Depot that you can wire it in, so positive side, the neutral, and the ground, just like so. So you wire it into the wire, and then it clamps together, and then it plugs in. So these are safer, and I believe that they're, you know, they're preferred. You don't want to just splice it in the middle of the case and tape it up. I mean, you can, but I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you not to. Just whatever you want to do. But that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it into that plug, a little safer, less chance of fire or electrical hazard. Yeah. So, okay, real quick. So just show you, you can zip tie the heater to it or tape it. Previous people taped it. I just like zip tying it. Zip ties it easier. They stay better than tape. Right here. It's been running for a little bit. I have it plugged in. I just want to see if it gets warm. It feels warm. Let's use the heat gun. 90 degrees. Okay. 66, 90. So this is heating up. Good to go. So now we're going to put on the Armaflex. So what we're going to have to do, I'm not an Armaflex master, but you're going to have to cut these to slip them over the pipes, and I'll show you when I get them on there. We're going to use this spring adhesive to stick it to the pipes, and then we're going to use this Armaflex adhesive, the Armaflex them together. Okay, real quick, I just wanted to kind of show, so, you know, the Armaflex did all the way down, all the way up to the drain. I use zip ties to kind of hold the Armaflex on. Now, I just wanted to mention, I said, get an Armaflex one size bigger for the heater. Now, I use zip ties, and this one was 2 sizes bigger because it's all they had. If you use zip ties, the one size bigger will not work. That's definitely why they use tape originally. The zip ties adds extra room, which the 2 size bigger hardly worked. But yeah, so I use zip ties to hold it on. I know that there are people good enough at Armaflexing that it just holds, the glue just holds it itself. But I am not that person, so still got a lot to learn when it comes to Armaflex. I use some of this insulation tape for these little areas that seem to be problem areas. Like this is where it actually broke, so I made sure that this is very insulated. There's a couple fittings in here that was far bigger than the Armaflex tape, so I just insulated it all the way up to there because I do not want this to happen again to the store. And so now this has a heater inside. This thing's gonna be like 80 degrees all the time. And yeah, that's it. That's how you fix it.